Hello everyone, my name is Relax and Panic and this is another reaction to Oregairu. It's episode 10 and you know what to do as always. If you want to see the reaction, just go down into my descriptions, follow the links, replace the parentheses, parts with 3 dots and enjoy. Once you've done, feel free to come back here and hear me talk about this episode. So, see you soon. For those that came back, welcome back. Now, interesting, although slow-paced episode, and I chose this picture because it shows, in my opinion, one of the major things in this episode. We have the two sisters. Kind of, I don't know what's happening there. I really ask myself what Big Sis is doing. I mean, Haruno was chairwoman in the past, as we learned. And the question now is, I see two options what she's trying to do. Either she wants Sagami to fail, so that her little sister is taking over the seat, as by what we've seen so far, she possibly should. But I don't know if that's the best way of doing it, because it's about to destroy the festival. Or she just wants to put stones in the way of her sister. Just wants to, I don't know, like, anger her, because she clearly does that. So I'm not sure. It's a strange thing here happening. I guess it's more like the second, at least it seems, because she is clearly going against the wishes of Yuki by joining in the festival as well, although she's a minor role, but why ever. But it's a strange one. However, this episode started in the club, and that was a strange moment of silence there. So Hiki is not talking, Yuki is not talking, Yui is trying, but no one is answering. She tried small talk, you know what? It was like, how's the weather and stuff like that, and no one is really reacting. So there's something not quite right at the moment, and it is mainly about Yuki, no question. Something happened in the break, I guess, while they had holidays, and I can only guess it is something in the family, because this is where she was at this time. So she's even more secluded, even more drawn back than she was in the past. And it's a bit sad, because they were really good friends, in my opinion. They, especially Yui and Yuki, had fun together. We could see that. They were laughing, they were chatting with each other, and this is gone. It might be as an option that maybe she realized something was happening between Yui and Hiki. And maybe this is where this is coming from. But I guess it is more a personal thing in the family. However, they are in the cultural festival now. As we have all seen, Hiki completely volunteered by himself. Or not. That was a great one. I volunteered you. It's always the best sentence. I really love that. And then Sagami kind of offered herself to be in there as well, and later on offered herself to be the chair. I'm not completely sure about her. I mean, I feel a bit sad. I mean, she comes over especially in the second half of the episode, as more of a, you know, not so positive character. But I feel a little bit sad for her here, because she volunteered because she was in the center of attention for a moment, and Hayama said that this would be cool, so she did it to look good in front of others and for Hayama. But I think she, in general, as an idea, may have had the possibilities to do it. And given the chance and given an insight more on what she needs to do from Yuki, who clearly knows what it is about, I think she could do it as well. She just would have to kneel into it and do it, start doing it. But the opposite happened. She tried to be polite, very polite to be exact. She talked very positively, and in my opinion was a good leader by pointing out how good everyone was doing. So this far she was good at what she did. And then Yuki showed that there was paperwork in the back, you know, there's more to think about. You have to think into the future what we need to do and already have to start. So Yuki was pressing matters. And this is the one thing where, in my opinion, Yuki made a mistake. Because as an assistant, she either should have talked with Sagami beforehand about that and said, look, did you check this? Here are things we have to reconsider. So that Sagami can state that. It is, as an assistant, as mean as it may be, it's not your job to be the one in front. You're the one helping out, and you're the one handing over stuff so that your boss, in this case Sagami, has it easier and does the front work. It is a job that is in many ways unfair because you're doing a lot of work and most people don't realize you are doing the work. They're always thinking, wow, your boss is doing great work. But that's why it's an assistant. And if you are good, people will realize that because they see that you hand over stuff. They see that you are working your ass off. And then in normal work life, workforce, you will get a promotion. You may become even the boss, the leader of a part there. So, but the way that Yuki did it by kind of shushing, kind of silencing Sagami and taking over in front of everyone, that's clearly not how you do it. Because she, I think without wanting to, shamed Sagami there. Because and you could see the reactions. Everyone was like, I think she should be chair. And that's the thing that is incredibly mean. And she didn't think about that. I'm pretty sure that was not on purpose. But as I said, this mistake was done by Yuki. If she had done it with Sagami together, Sagami would have gotten better in her job there. And in my opinion, would have had a chance to really do that. And to grow as she wanted to in the beginning. So that's the first thing that brought Sagami on a negative way. Which she is easily influenced into, I guess. She realized then, okay, my assistant is doing all the work, so I can lay back and relax. First problem. And then the big sis shows up, as we see in the picture here. And she even pressed her more into this way of not doing anything. She, because everyone is looking up to her, so does Sagami as well. She believed in what Haruno said, that it is most important that you enjoy it most of all. Sure, you should, but it's not the major thing. So she pushed her even more into this bad way. By doing so, she made it worse for Yuki as well, I guess. And it seemed like everyone was working too much then, those that were left. That's one thing. And there the question is why she does it. So I feel bad for Sagami here, because in the end she's the one who will get the blame. By possibly like everyone. Everyone will say, yeah, Sagami did nothing, and her friends, who were there as well, they did nothing, they just went to their classes, they did no paperwork, stuff. So it will, in the end, if it goes down, it will fall back on her. And although she has to take a part of the blame, a lot of it was forced on her, I think. So we will see where this is going. We had the moment when it was about to be decided who's the chairwoman. And what was her name? Megumi, I think. The one on the left here. Offered this job directly to Yuki, realizing who she is. And there was a moment, she would have been the best option. No question there, as we know now. But she did not offer it to her because she said, oh, I've seen you work. I know how good you are. Aren't you the club president of this one club, so you know how to do stuff? Something like that would have been a good option. But what she did is, oh, your big sister did this one, and this was the best festival ever, so I will offer it to you. And this is exactly again the problem. You are the sister of someone else. It is, it's not about you. It's about your big sister. And that, ouch, that was a mean moment, and she didn't realize it, And that was clearly why Yuki denied the option. I don't know if she would have taken it otherwise, I'm not sure, but she clearly would denied it due to that, mainly there. They cancelled the club itself now, which will make it interesting and hard if they will reunite after the festival. So it makes sense right now. They have other stuff to do, but will they reunite or not? And what is Yui doing? Because she clearly wanted to join them here. You could see that. Yui really wants to be friends with them, and they both are so negative right now. Holy heck. There was this, again, the promise. Yui saying you have to save Yuki if there is something. And stating that she loves her more than she thought. So, yeah, sure. You said that. We all heard it. I don't know. And we had a great moment with Ebina. I really liked that. So, apart from the festival itself, the classes, each of them prepare stuff, as it seems. So, the class that Hiki is in and all the others is preparing kind of a theater piece. And whysoever Ebina is the one who's completely directing it, as it seems, and she's great. So she was already about a gay romance there and had to change it slightly because Hiki was simply not in for it. I'm not sure, did I see that correctly, that if you take the, is it Kenji? The kanji, the Japanese letters? If you take the one for Hiki and you just add one piece, it is Hayama? Really? So they're that close? That's interesting. However, now Hayama has to take it, and then she went for Zaimokusa. I always check the names that I have here, you know. I can't remember them all. I think it was Zaimokusa. And because she realized that she is adapting her clothing all the time and changing her hair and stuff. So she has an eye. She is very keen, very aware of what is going around in the class, what's happening, about how people dress, and so on. So, although she seemed to be well, I wouldn't say shy girl, like minor character, someone in the background who is not so much in the front of the class, in this moment, she really blossomed. I mean, what the heck happened there? She took over the room, and no one was denying her. She was so full of energy that everyone was more like, okay, whatever you say. I like that. It's cool. It shows, as some of you mentioned already, each of those characters we have met so far has its very own unique style and own goals and everything. And it's good to see that. So then we had Hayama walking in on the festival committee, realizing that trouble is brewing, surely, because I guess it was about that, like, the half of them are there now, and the other half is like taking a day off, as they were told to. And he, as well as Megumi, realized, no, that's not going fine here. Sure, Megumi being the original leader, I mean, she's the one that is in control normally, is, as it seems, not doing enough either in the meaning of leading. I guess she's working her ass off as well. But even she realized I should have vetoed what happened there. So it's a bit strange. So the second in command, the chair, I always call it the chair now, which is Sayama at the moment, Sagami, sorry, seems to be more active in the group than the real leader is, and that's a bit strange to me. So maybe they just wanted to show it, but that was a weird thing. I really would expect to see more of Megumi having speeches, taking over stuff, delegating, and so on and so forth. And we haven't seen that so much yet. So I'm not sure why this is split in such a strange way. However, they both are aware this is not going well. And Hayama was about to join and help. And then Hiki, well, he just was Hiki. I mean, he kind of blamed it on everyone and was mean, which was cool because in this moment, and you could see it by the camera going back and forth, Yuki was about to say something, and the fact that Hiki said something took like a boulder from her shoulder. So I think he just blurred out what he thought. And in many ways, it was what Yuki was thinking as well, but would have possibly never said that way. And he drew attention to him, by which she was relieved enough and had the feeling, I guess, that she could say something now. And she said, okay, we will do that now. Let's split work, as it was offered, instead of everyone... I mean mainly Hiki and Yuki taking this huge amounts of piles of work for themselves. They wanted to start to split, and she said, and she apologized there. I was aware of that in the end, very silently, but she did. So it was a nice moment, no question there. Then we had, as last straw that broke the camel's back, the stamp being handed over. I mean, what else, right? This is like you're getting the keys to the car or the keys to the castle. Handing over the stamp to Yuki is like, now you're doing really everything, because she wasn't even checking. So Yuki prepared some stuff and Sagami wasn't even checking. So as I said, Sagami's coming over very negative, especially in the end of the episode. She is like the one that is doing nothing and just want to inherit the glory for it later on when it is done. Like standing in front and saying, yeah, I did this, although she did as good as nothing. I see that this is about to go down this way. And as I said, it is not completely her fault. But in this moment, by handing over the stamp and not really checking the paperwork, that was her fault as well in this moment. So it's sad that she was lured onto this negative way so easily. So when the stamp was handed over, it is in the end that all of the work, everything that the chairwoman, the second in command, should do, is now with the assistant, with Yuki, except for the title, So it was a strange moment there, but in the end it was just a combination of what was happening all the episode. That next day, however, Yuki is sick is a surprise now. So this pile of work is lying there under the desk. It's very... I mean, how do we go? Where do we go from here now? There are some options. First thing is, why is she not there? She is told to be sick, having a cold, So, I'm not sure about that. I mean, when at work and if someone is reported sick, he's sick. He or she is sick. You don't question that. Because it doesn't matter. This person is reported sick. Done. End of discussion. Because everything else you think about is causing negative stuff, because you're blaming people on not coming to work because they don't want to. They want to avoid work, or it's just a harsh day. Or hey, look, the sun is shining. They're possibly somewhere out sunbathing, like that. You're going on a very negative mood there. So in real life, in workforce and everything, you don't question sickness. However, we are in a series, so I want to question it. So there are multiple options. She got a cold, she is sick, which, I mean, by the stress we have here, is not so much of a surprise. Stress has this effect, you are getting sick more easily. Option 2, she just reported sick because she doesn't want to do this anymore. Which would be very strange, because in my opinion that's not her. It's just not fitting to her character, Option 3, something happened at home, and we have the big sister there. So possibly there was like something happening between the two sisters, and that's why she's not coming to school. I would guess that. Number 4, she is really clever and wants to, by reporting sick, kind of force Sagami to do what she has to do, which would be great, by the way. So, next episode, there are multiple options what is going down now. Either everyone is splitting up this work, they're working their asses off and it is somehow working. Or Hiki is somehow finding out what the heck is going on with Yuki and helping her, because we have this promise to help her thing going on all the time. An option I would really like, however, but I think is very very, very unclear if this will happen. I don't think so. Would be that Sagami is coming in, realizing she's not there, and is like, I have to do, and is by force, because she has to, starting to do the work she should do, and realizes that something was going down, and is growing as she wanted to. That would be a great thing, character-wise, for her. I would like that, but I don't think that will be. So, those are some options I'm juggling in my head, so let's see what's going to happen. Yeah, I think that's it. Was a nice episode. I liked it a lot. And I will enjoy the next one for sure as well. So I will see you over there. And until then, feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. My name is Relax and Panic. Goodbye and out.